We have a legend in the house. Lee Mendelsohn. This is Harold Jewelers of Boca Raton for 45 plus years. Another legend in the house. This is Yuri. Everyone knows Yuri. Everyone loves Yuri. This is pure experience. How many years of experience is in this room together?
Together, well, experience. I'm 60 years in the jewelry business.
45.
So 105 years
of total jewelry experience
Wow.
between two professionals.
Wow.
Okay.
It feels like yesterday, right?
Right?
It feels like yesterday.
Just as yesterday. Today I'm looking at a beautiful stone, a 308 round stone, GIA certificate.
The GIA kind of did us a little bit on this because
Unfortunately, I really don't agree with the certificate that it came out. Sometimes you're usually 98% right all the time, but they do make mistakes there once in a while, and you have to send the stone and the certificate back to be re-evaluated because they do make errors like everybody else there, and it's correctable.
So on this one, what was the discrepancy? They gave us
This stone, they gave it as a KSI1. In my opinion, it's a KVS2 there. Why they gave it an SI1? They're just being over strict on it there. Okay, and I think it should be reevaluated there. That is my opinion.
you think that there's a chance to actually get a better grading, or it stays as
I
is?
think, in my opinion, we're easily going to get VS on that. A few times I give to GIA stones and they rechecked it and they correct it, GIA, they're human, They just sit 2-3 people and they evaluate the color, clarity. They have so many stones there. Sometimes they make an error. And you give them back and they will correct the color and the clarity back.
And that affects value like crazy. That ups their...
From 10 to 20% sometimes.
It has a measurement of a 3.5 carat. That's what it is. You know, it's a 308, but the table is a large table on there, and it makes it look bigger than what it is there. It's a great show for the size. If you wanted to give this to somebody as an engagement ring there, and say, here, looks like a 3.5 carat. That's what she's getting there. It's a spread of a 3.5 carat.
You pay 3 carat prices for 3.5 carat low.
Right. There. And it's a beautiful stone.
Is there anything wrong with buying a K color?
No, there's nothing wrong buying a K color because the stone's still white. Okay, it's not showing off color there. It's showing still white there. If you went down to an M color, then I would say stay away. There, you want to stay no lower than a K. There.
Better to sacrifice some clarity and then get a minimum
No,
K.
you're not sacrificing. What you're sacrificing is you're paying for a K instead of a D or an E color. Because if you're going to buy a D, or 5 times the price.
Yeah,
Okay.
5 times.
So this is good. But this year, for the person that in their budget, this is the ideal stone to purchase.
Because it's oversized, so you get a bigger look for the money.
Yeah, it's very good for the money there. Okay, and it has a lot of bling.
Could you tell us something about Boca Raton after you've been there 50? Was it 50 years with a store there?
45 years.
45 years with a store there.
Yeah. Okay.
And how have you seen it change the clientele from old Boca to nowadays?
Well, change in Boca, we're seeing a younger generation that's coming in to buy jewelry, and they're buying not the same jewelry as the elder people were buying there. Okay, I mean, for instance, diamond brooches is not selling at all. The young girls are not wearing brooches.
So trends have changed, but
the fashion has changed.
Has spending changed though? Are the price points that you're selling at different than before?
Well, as far as you cannot compare Boca to downtown Miami or Chicago or anywhere else, because Boca Raton, Palm Beach County, there's more wealth per capita in Boca and Palm Beach County than anywhere else around the States. There, okay, so you really can't compare there. In Boca, people have money and they're spending it when they want to spend. They're buying gorgeous things and they're being more cautious in what they're buying. Yeah, that's what they're doing. So we do find a little bit of a squeeze in that respect there.
And Yuri, you've lived and breathed the wholesale side of the business. We heard about retail, but how has wholesale changed from the last 40 years to the people that walk through your door now?
Well, it's changed tremendously, since the lab-grown diamond in the market. Today, the new generation, they prefer to buy lab-grown diamonds mostly.
You think that natural diamonds are no more, or certain?
No, we're gonna go back with natural diamond very soon because the prices of lab-grown diamonds is coming down tremendously. So eventually, what's gonna happen? It's gonna be like a flash, like it's gonna be the regular jewelry, fashion jewelry. They will go with the lab, because and diamond's gonna stay, of course, always. Diamond is diamond.
Diamonds stay forever. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. They never disappear. Okay. And right now, there's a large fad with lab-grown diamonds there, where the young generation is buying that, but they really don't understand it. They're buying it for show. As far as value is concerned, it has no value at all. It has to come ahead and to resell it at a later on date. They're not going to get nowhere near what they paid for it or any. It's like a CZ stone.
Yeah.
Okay, basically what it is. So diamonds, is one thing there. It's security there. God forbid, of hard times that you have to dispose of it, you're going to get a minimum of 50% back of what you paid. As a lab-grown diamond, you're going to get zero back.
Right.
There. So this is what you have to do.
I want to speak for the consumer who, the diamond market from 2020 has taken a massive price chop on the wholesale level, 40-50%. So right now, the consumer who's selling their stone that they've owned for over 4 or 5 years, they're getting not 50% of their value back. So it's really hurting the perception of the industry, right? So I think that there's going to be some hurt feelings for the next few years, then it'll start to recover as people...
It all depends on what the stones are, okay? Some people that have their old stones that they have, they're going to make a lot of money off because of inflation there, okay? That they're going to make. People that have bought new stones at today's market, yes, if they have to go ahead and sell it, they're going to have to sell it for 50 to 60 back off the market value, okay?
The goods that have gotten hurt the most are eye color or worse, VS or better, decent qualities, and 3 carat and under. I mean, these are the goods that have really been affected, no? Whereas
The most heat we got in the caraters, 1 caraters, 1.5 caraters, 2 caraters, it's got big heat in the market. But the bigger sizes, like I would say 2.5 and up, it's still hot,
point a
The
different
person
person.
that's buying a 1 carat or 1.5 carat is buying because that's basically what his budget is there.
Yeah.
Okay. The man that's going to buy a 3 carat has no budget. He can afford to buy a 3. He can afford to buy a 5 carat if he wanted to. Okay. So you cannot compare the two. It's 2 different people.
So really, the lab-grown diamond has shown a pure division in the type of
The
consumer.
lab-grown diamonds is the young generation that are buying it that are just starting out in the world there, and they'd rather put their money as a down payment on a home or go ahead and take a good vacation there and use that money and get a lab grown, and eventually when they could really afford it, when they are making money, they'll go and buy that diamond at a later time there. Okay, right now the young people, the consumer, does not really understand what lab-grown diamond is. In their mind, it's still a diamond there, and it's given with a certificate marked lab-grown diamond. But in reality, it's not. It doesn't come from the earth. Okay, it's not a natural diamond. Okay, it's a man-made diamond. There.
One last question, which both of the people here are very qualified to answer. The jewelry business, in my opinion, I'm younger in the business, but I think that there used to be a certain prestige to a jeweler, and in your case, there is. You have a clientele that is a beautiful. You've built a beautiful business up for yourself, but I think the word jeweler is thrown around like crazy nowadays. I think there's a ton of kids that run around with backpacks and call themselves jewelers, and it's ruined the sexiness of being a jeweler.
A jeweler is like a doctor. Implants, you go to a doctor that does the implants there. You want to go to a GP there, or you want to go to an internist there. There's different categories. Jewelers are the same way. You can go to Tiffany's or Van Cleef & Arpels or Harry Winston
the name.
there, okay? which are professional jewelers and they know what they're doing there and they're well established there, okay? Or you can go to a mama papa jeweler there that is also very good and honest there, and you deal just on integrity over the years that you're there, and people
There's a
have
lot of
faith in
people
you.
for the consumer who doesn't like shopping retail and they like the private concierge service. I mean, what do you think is in today's market? There's a lot of jewelers out there. So what makes a good jeweler? One who has a better source, one who's not a middleman, or
The jeweler that makes a better jeweler is integrity, honesty, and integrity, and being straight
Of course.
with their client.
but what about access to product? If everyone's just brokering, then the price is higher.
If the jeweler is a good jeweler, he has access to any product he can, according to the value of his name there. If he has a good name in the industry, he can get anything he wants.
I am agreeing with Mr. Lee. Jewelry, diamond business is like you have to know people that you trust them before you buy anything, you know, like a Tiffany, Cartier, of course, they're well known in the market. Moms and pops, it depends which mom and which pops.
Yeah.
You have to know where you're buying your diamonds. It's always is good to go to the people that with recommendation. I mean, I remember 4 weeks ago, a gentleman came. He bought the diamonds for $28,000. It was worth $4,000. So you don't buy your diamonds just go by any place. You know, you have to know people, recommendation,
Or else you get rich.
and yes, you can get ripped. You
Okay?
overpay.
I recommend anybody to go through recommendation there, not to walk in cold.
Like you said,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
like a doctor,
Right.
recommendation.
Okay.
He's right, you know, it's a
Okay.
doctor. How would you go to a particular doctor?
Okay.
You want to know if he's a good doctor.
Okay.
The same thing the jewelry, you know.
The jeweler is a doctor. If he knows his diamond business, he's a GIA man, okay, who went to GIA school and got a degree there. Okay? These are the important things there, okay? You want to know to somebody that you have confidence in, okay? It's the same way as you go to your doctor, you have confidence in that doctor. This is the same way. When you go to your jeweler, you're going with a full open mind and trust there, okay?
And then I find with my clients that I play the role of guidance counselor a lot. Whether it's guiding them in the decision for a diamond or even talking to them about their personal lives, it's solving a problem for them. They're buying a confusing purchase, and you have to smooth it out for them. To the average person, buying a diamond is hard. It's not like an easy feat. They don't know color clarity. We speak it like a natural language.
You have to educate them. That's why you have the GIA chart. When you show them that, then you explain to what you're getting.
You know what I would say? You have to go to the right person to buy your diamonds.
Right.
Okay, knowledgeable people who are a long time in the business, they're reputable people. They know their business and they want to make sure the customer is getting the right stone, the right make, the right cut, and the right color for their budget.
I recommend when you're selling a stone, the GIA is the best way to go, and that's where you have all the trust and confidence in it.
In 18 minutes and 14 seconds that somehow Yuri's phone didn't ring, we gave a lot of knowledge in the last.
It's miracle.
Okay, so now
So
put
thank
it
you
on-
guys. Thank
put
you
it on
guys.
the air, put it on the internet, and
Put it out there. Let's show the
let's see what
public.
happens.
All right, let's do
Okay.
it. Done deal.